Hey guys, thank you for showing up, spending your time with me. I feel blessed every time you turn on this channel and you like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. I just want to get that out of the way before I get into my spiel, before I get into my wisdom, into my sage. So today, I want to talk about forgiveness, guys. And when I think of forgiveness, I think of Jesus Christ, what he did, the sacrifice he made, and the example of learning how to forgive somebody for the worst possible deeds, right? To know that we're human, that we're going to make mistakes, and people do things they do it out of anger, they do it out of jealousy, right? They do it out of hatred. And where does that hatred come from? It comes from something deep down inside, right? So how I learned to forgive, and I tell you, I've been through some things, right? I carried baggage, and what I learned from it, guys, is that I was carrying unnecessary pain, unnecessary guilt, right? I had to learn that the people who betrayed me, the people who hurt me, they did it from a place that they sometimes don't even understand they're doing it from. You get what I'm saying? And that we can't allow moments to destroy future moments with family, with friends, with loved ones. You could have a family member, you swear they did you so dirty and that you'll never forgive them, and you lose touch with them, and then one day you find out they died. They're sick, they got cancer. And then you realize if you hadn't had those resentments, right, you could have had moments. We're only on earth for a very small amount of time, very fleeting amount of time. And I tell you, that we're human, we're going to make mistakes, and we need to learn how to forgive people, lest we forgive or lest we be forgiven, right? Because sometimes you'll say stuff that you don't mean, or you're trying to tit for tat, and it's not right. And I tell you, I, I, I carried on what other people did to me, did me wrong, did a lot of ill will towards me. And the second I put that down and stopped carrying that around with me, and I realized that's who they're going to be, and I have to forgive what happened because I'm not going to allow them to control who I am. Because ultimately, it is when you carry around resentment, you carry around hatred, and you don't forgive, you're allowing that person to control your life. You know, we will have certain seasons. Like, say you get in a heated argument with your sister, a sibling, right? That sibling, the way they see things, the way they change, they're going to change every 4 or 5 years, a decade. They're going to change. As you get old, the only constant in this world is change. Okay. So they're going to change. It's like a teenager. They're not going to be like that when they get in their 20s and 30s, right? You write it off as, oh, that's just them being a teenager. It's the same thing, guys. So when you realize that forgiveness can turn into strength, when you don't allow what happened to tear you down and to push through that and to work through it, it's how many marriages would be destroyed? Like our parents, and our grandparents, if they had an argument, they worked through it. They didn't just go out and get divorced. It's the same thing, guys. And look how their marriages blossomed when they were able to work through it. Right? And when I think of forgiveness, guys, I think of Jesus Christ. What he did, what he did for us so we can be saved, for us to have a better way. You get what I'm saying? Uh, that's passion. He took our pain, our sins, and transmuted that upon a cross for us. He took all our sins and went upon a cross for us to be free from our sins. Do you get what? See how that transmutation happened? And when you're able to do that within your life, you're able to learn from that. You're able to transmute and learn that pain turned you into. It gave you strength. It gave you tough skin, and then what used to anger you before doesn't anymore. You went through that. You worked through it all the way. You worked through it. You had it's wars and battles. They make a stronger soldier, right? I really hope you're picking up what I'm putting down here with this, guy. Because if you're able to do that and look at what people might say out of anger, out of spite, out of jealousy, when you process it and you forgive them because you know where they came from. You take a look at both sides of the story, you're able to see where they came from. You can forgive them and move on, right? I really hope, because this is sage, this is wisdom, guys, because this is what I've been through. All right. I've been through things that would crush a normal person, that would crush somebody. But hey, I worked through it, and I became stronger. I was able to identify. I was able to become more compassionate. Do you get what I'm saying? More compassionate of other people. Because if somebody wants to attack you out of jealousy, I see it. Somebody wants to take you out of hate. I get it. Out of betrayal. What did I do wrong? I'm sorry for what I did. And I hope that you can forgive me. See, it takes a stronger person to ask for forgiveness than to just bear it and move on. You know, you might have I keep coming back to this, guys, because we don't understand that time goes by quick. You might have an argument with a family member, and then you lose touch. There's nothing worse than losing a family member and never having the chance to say I'm sorry, or for them to ask for you for forgiveness. Somebody has to be the bigger person, because resentments, anger, that will rob memories. That will rob times that you could have spent together, and then you'll resent yourself, and you'll just shame spiral for not having those moments again. I'm telling you that, guys. Right? It's kind of like you go through your life and you just waste those moments that you wish you had back. So why do that and obtain the moments rather than letting it fester and lose out? We're only human. We make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So forgive, transmute that pain, that anguish, that resentment, transmute it and turn it into power, turn it into strength. It'll make you stronger. It doesn't make you weaker by coming together and saying, I'm sorry. There's no weakness behind that, because you're acknowledging your defects. You acknowledge what you did wrong. And it's cool if they forgive you too, yada, yada. But don't expect that, guys. Don't expect that. Some people are prideful, but be the bigger person. Be the example for them to live by. You get it? I know you do. You're a smart one. So thank you for being here, guys. I hope you learned something from this. This is hard-earned wisdom. Hard-earned wisdom. And I wanted to impart this upon you, that you would come back, that you would like, share, and subscribe for more of this content. The world sorely needs this. They sorely need help. We're healing. We're all in the healing process. I know you feel it. So I hope this resonated with you, and I hope you come back, and I hope you share this with somebody else, because I'm sure they need it too. Be the bigger person. Forgive. You'll find strength in forgiveness. I promise you that. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. God bless.